Hello, everyone. I am Susan Neal, and I am so excited to be here to help you to improve your health and lose weight. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a registered nurse, I have an MBA and a master's in health science. But more than that, 9 years ago, I lost my health. I had 10 medical diagnoses and 2 surgeries. And I was a mess. It was hard for me to get out of bed. I really just would have loved to have just laid in bed all the time. But I recovered my health. And since then, I have been on a mission to inspire others to improve their health so they can serve God better. Now, the past 5 months with the pandemic and the racial inequality, and so much has gone on in our nation, in our world, that it has caused us to eat out of stress. And when we stress eat, we're looking for those refined carbohydrates and sugary foods that bring us comfort and make us feel good. So I wrote a blog post about this. It's called Fight Stress Eating with Healthy Snacks. And in this blog, I provide all sorts of tips all the time. I blog several times a month. So I really suggest you subscribing to my blog so it goes right to your inbox. And you can just go to SusanUNeal, Neal.com, go to the blog page, and on the right-hand side of the page, there you have where you can sign up. Now, this is a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. We want to change the way we eat. And what we want to do is we want to eat God's foods, not the food manufacturers. I make things really simple. You look at your plate, you evaluate what you eat. Are you eating something from the garden or the ranch, or are you eating something that a food manufacturer made? Now, I want to tell you some results that other people have had. I just had someone in this group direct message me last week that she lost 43 pounds in 5 months on this program. I had a radio show host who interviewed me last month, and he's lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks so far, and that is typical. So in this month of September, you could expect to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds. Yes, you sure could. And I had an incredible direct message last week from someone who said that they had their type 2 diabetes reversed after having it for 7 years. Now, I've heard of that like maybe year 1, but 7 years? But you see, God made our bodies to heal if we give them, our bodies, the right nutrients. Now, I'm going to talk about resources. So I gave you your Lose Your Pandemic Pounds Week 1 handout. So this is in the Facebook group, and it goes over exactly kind of what's going on for this month, because we're trying to do this for a month long. So I hope that you printed this out. If not, go to the Facebook group, and it should be one of the first few posts because I've put it as an announcement. You can print this out. In addition, I also provided for you on the Facebook page where you could print out all the appendices, all these pages, 50 plus recipes, and we're going to go through these, the 10 appendix in my #1 Amazon bestseller, 7 Steps to Get Off Sugar and Carbohydrates. So this book has sold 5,000 copies in the past 9 months. It is written from a Christian perspective, and I hope that it blesses and helps you to improve your health and your weight. Now, some of my readers needed something deeper, so I wrote Christian Study Guide for 7 Steps to Get Off Sugar and Carbohydrates, because sometimes we need healing from the inside out, and the food we eat is connected to past abuse, unforgiveness, revenge, whatever emotion it may be, bullying, whatever it might be. So this helps you get to the emotional link that someone might have with food and help to heal it. Now, the third book in my Healthy Living series is Healthy Living Journal. And this one helps you track your eating. Yes, track your water consumption, your exercise. And the first half of it has all these different charts where you can do check marks and figure things out. And then the second half of it provides educational snippets. And look, where you can write down like your food journal and what you eat. And then it provides like a 1-page educational snippet of something for you to learn. So that's the Healthy Living Journal. And if you look, all these books have won awards. All of them have. Now, this is the Healthy Living series 3, if I can get this straight, right, with my books. But this is the Healthy Living series, 3 books in 1. This includes all 3 of these books, but you get it for the price of 2 books. So if you already have some of my books, you could just buy one other one that you need. Really, you could do this without buying any books, because I did not want to preclude anyone from being able to improve their health and lose weight through this program. So that's why I put this on sale for 99 cents. The ebook is on sale for 99 cents. Okay, that shouldn't preclude anybody from purchasing it. So that sale is from today, September 1st, through September 7th. Now, this book, I put on sale the ebook for 50% off the ebook, okay? And then I also put on sale my course, 7 Steps to Reclaim Your Health, and Optimal Weight. That is on sale for half price. So those are your resources. Now, go ahead and, as you have questions, please go ahead and, write them down, so that at the end of this, I'm going to go through all the questions and answer them for you. And hello, Eddie. I see you're from Jacksonville, Florida, so welcome. Now, we want to access God's power. These books are written from a Christian perspective, because changing your lifestyle and getting off sugar and carbs is really, really hard to do. I'm not sure it's really possible without God's help. So that's why I wrote my books from a Christian perspective. It's who I am. And when we use God's tools, we can access His power to make lifestyle changes that we couldn't make on our own. Now, I already told you the number one thing to do is to look at your plate and say, did God make this food, or did the food manufacturer? You want to eat God's foods. So let me show you some of those foods, okay? First, I'm going to show you dead foods, okay? Some dead foods are like pasta. This is like white rice, has no nutritional value. Bread, white bread, has no nutritional value. It's been stripped of it. crunchy rice snacks, no, made out of white rice, no nutritional value. Brown rice crisp, no. Don't eat things out of boxes and bags. Eat God's foods. So what do you say is God's foods? Oh, and also don't eat canned foods. Okay, canned foods can include plastic in the lining. And some of them now say, oh, non-BPA plastic. But plastic is plastic. And so I recommend not eating out of cans if you can. Instead, buy jars. Okay? And also, for your Tupperware dishes in your kitchen, change those plastic things out and get glass ones. Yeah, the lid can be plastic, but that doesn't touch the food. You should change all those out. Another thing, I'll show you this, is my daughter's got me into this. This is a stainless steel straw. So you don't want to be eating or drinking out of plastic. Okay, so what's God's foods? Okay, these carrots, you see, and you should eat these type of carrots. The little ones that are like this, those have been processed. Who knows what parts of this that were used? No, eat carrots like this with these on them and cut them off and taste the delicious taste of carrots. I've eaten those little things for a decade, and this has so much more flavor. God's food, He gave us 100 different vegetables to eat. Let's expand our palate and eat some of His food. Here's a bell pepper. Here's an avocado. There's a sweet potato. Look at the colors. I mean, God gives us all this colorful food. Here's some baby spinach, green. You see the difference? These foods are live foods. They're colorful. They're full of nutrients. This is what we should be eating. So every time you sit down to eat something, look and say, did God create this food? Or did a food manufacturer? That is the biggest number one thing to do. Now, sugar. Sugar is not healthy. And food manufacturers lace our food. I mean, our salad dressings, our ketchup. I mean, I bought some almond butter. It had sugar in it. Why does almond butter have to have sugar in it? Because the food manufacturers want to get us hooked. Oh, yes, they do. And you know what? Satan is doing a great job of ruining our health and our weight so that we're not as capable to be able to serve him. So we need to outsmart the food manufacturers. Back to sugar. There is one parameter I provide other than eating God's foods, and that is don't eat more than 10 grams of sugar at one sitting. Okay? No more than 10. And the American Heart Association recently came out with these guidelines. 24 grams of sugar for the max for women per day and 36 for men per day. Okay, we could drink that just in one soda, right? Whenever I took my kids to the grocery store, I was like, okay, well, check it and tell me how many grams of sugar. 32, Mom. Nope, that's not our 10. Well, this one's 12. That's close enough. You can't be perfect. And don't try to be. If you improve your eating by 80%, just think of what an improvement that is. Your body will thank you too. So now we're going to review the healthy eating guidelines that are in the 7 steps to get off sugar and carbohydrates. Now, I provided this for you as a handout, well, not a handout, but you can download all 10 of the appendices in this, and then you don't have to pay a dime to go through this. But if we go to Appendix 5, and if you've got this book or the Healthy Living Series book, you can open it up, Appendix 5, Healthy Eating Guidelines. 50% of your food should be fresh, raw vegetables that God created. 50%. So to try and get the raw, what I do is I eat a salad every day for lunch. And there's all sorts of salads. And you know what I do? I go to the grocery store, and 1 week I'll buy spinach. The next week, kale. Make sure those are organic because those have a lot of pesticides. The next week I'll buy cabbage. The following week I'll buy, butter crunch lettuce and romaine lettuce. I change it up every week because you see, when we do that, we're getting different nutrients that God put in those vegetables. It's great to have a broad range of vegetables that you eat and all sorts of colors. So try out some different vegetables, some Brussels sprouts, just whatever you have there available that's fresh. Okay, 25% of your food should be a protein source. And some great protein sources are nuts and seeds. Of course, you can eat meat as well, and I do, but I try not to eat meat every day. And here's organic pumpkin seeds. Okay, here is hemp seeds. These are pistachios, walnuts, almonds, and if you see in the back there, over there, I have my pecans. Okay, so I have my own trees. There we go. So when you eat nuts and seeds, you get these the omega-3s that are great for the brain and the skin and the nails, and our body really, really needs them. So try and eat more nuts and seeds if you can digest them. Also, beans. Beans would be fine if you can digest them as well. And sometimes we need a digestive enzyme. If we're having difficulty digesting food, then go to the health food store, ask for a good digestive enzyme, and take that with your food. Because as we get older, it's harder for us to secrete all the different acids in our stomach to digest our food. Also, be sure and chew your food very well. Now, fish is exceptionally nutritious, and that's great to eat once a week. And I talked about the nuts and seeds. Now the stuff you should avoid. Okay, we want to avoid the white flour. We want to avoid the white sugar. So, I have a list of things here. White rice. Now you can have brown rice or wild rice or all sorts of different types of whole grain rice that have not been stripped of its nutrients like white rice. And stay away from pasta and bread. Instead, eat more fruits, vegetables, and low glycemic grains. And let me show you, here are 2 types of rice. This one is a wild blend. So it has wild rice in it and brown rice. This is, I thought I'd get a different one. This is a black rice. It was really chewy. It's very good. Yeah, this really gives you your chew, your crunch. Another good one is, I don't know if you've ever heard of this one, it's called amaranth. So amaranth, this grain is really good to put in soups and not salads, soups and stews. And it makes this little teeny tiny grain. And it's just another grain that God made for us to eat. We want to diversify the bounty of food and eat what God gave us. Here is another one. This one is quinoa. So this is a great substitute for rice. So quinoa. Do not eat sugary cereals. Instead, eat oatmeal, fruit, or granola. I have an excellent granola recipe in this book. I have 50 different recipes in this book. But you have to be careful with granola. If you're buying the store-bought, you want to be careful that it does not have a lot of sugar. Remember, 10 grams per serving or eat cultured foods such as kimchi, sauerkraut, and plain Greek yogurt that has natural probiotics, because we need our probiotics from food as well as potentially a supplement. So we don't get all of our probiotics from a supplement. We have to also eat the foods. So this is my favorite coconut yogurt. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't digest dairy, so I don't eat it. And guess what? All my phlegm went away. All my congestion went away. All my smelly gas went away. All my bloating went away. Was fabulous. So you may want to try that. So this is my favorite yogurt and has lots of cultures in it. And also you want to try and eat stuff that only has like 5 ingredients or less. So what does this say? This says it has raw young coconut, raw young coconut water. Well, I would think that'd be the same. Probiotic cultures. 3 things. This is sauerkraut. And what is great to do is to just take a tablespoon of it and put it on your plate like 3 times a week. That would be great. So if you do this like 3 times a week, if you like the kimchi, which is a little bit spicier, you could do that. And then your plain Greek yogurt, whether it's dairy or non-dairy, that doesn't give you enough probiotics. So you have to have this other, either the sauerkraut or the kimchi. Okay, let's see what else we have on our healthy eating guidelines here. Okay, so that's about it for the healthy eating guidelines that were in here. Now, we're going to look at root causes. What is a root cause of you craving sugar and carbs or alcoholic beverages? For me, it was a candida infection. Oh yeah, a glass of red wine with Ghirardelli chocolate every night. That is not healthy. I took a lot of antibiotics. I had an abscessed tooth that led to the 10 medical diagnoses. It stripped me of my probiotics. And you know, I'm a nurse, but I never was taught that we should re-inoculate our gut with probiotics after we take antibiotics. I was never taught that. So I know it now, though. I know it now. And here are, so when you buy a probiotic, you want one that has at least 10 strains of beneficial microbes. Okay, and so here's one probiotic that I take, and this one has 50 billion cultures. And this one actually has some probiotics in it that still live when you take an antibiotic. So if you have to take an antibiotic for something, this one's a good one to take. Here's another one. This one is 25 billion units. And this one is a third one. So what I do, I take probiotic. This is from, I think it's called Amar. A-M-A-R-E. But you always want to get different probiotics. So the next time I run out of one of these, I'm going to get something different because there are like hundreds of probiotics in our gastrointestinal tract. And we don't know which ones we actually need unless you have a stool test. And that costs several $100s, but you could, if you go to a functional medicine doctor, they can do a stool test. There's one called a GI map, and that will tell you if you have H. pylori, a bad gut bacteria, if you have an overgrowth of candida, if you need what probiotic that you're missing, is it from food or is it from a supplement, and what to do. It also tells you if you're gluten sensitive. So that's called GI map. Okay, so for me, I take one day, the other one the next day, the third one the next day. But you see, I need a probiotic because I had a really bad candida infection and overgrowth, and it just like took over my eating. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop myself. And so I had to kill it. And I still feel as though I need the probiotics because my gut, I feel as though it was damaged during that time. And I have more of a tendency to get candida if I'm eating sugary foods. Okay, so one root cause for inappropriate eating is candida, and that's what I had. Oh, and to figure out whether you might have candida, go to candiquiz.com. That's C-A-N-D-I, quiz.com. I created that quiz for you to look through and see how many symptoms you have, and do you think that you have a candida infection? And there's a little test in there for you to take. Now, if your test is positive and you think you do, then you need to get a candida cleanse. You need to starve the candida because candida eats sugar, carbs, and refined carbohydrates. Okay, but then you need to kill it. And here's what my functional medicine practitioner recommends. It's called Biocidin liquid. Wish I could get this so you could see it better. There you go. Biocidin liquid. She prescribed 10 drops in the morning and 10 drops in the evening. It's an over-the-counter supplement. Now, the other two things that could be causing a root cause, well, we've talked about, actually there's three more. One, we talked about stress eating. Two, we talked about emotional component to eating, but then there's three, which is a food addiction. So with the food addiction, you actually have the brain receptors up, in your brain, the same sugar and wheat go up there. Well, they don't go up there, but they cause the release of dopamine from the same brain receptors as that opiate drugs do. So food addiction is one thing that we don't talk about a lot. But if you can't stop, then you need to figure out, is it food addiction or what it is? And I created the course, 7 Steps to Reclaim Your Health and Optimal Weight. And what it does is it helps to identify your root cause and resolve it. Get rid of that root cause. When I killed, I had to take like the candida supplement. I had to do that for 2 months. I had to go on this anti-candida diet for 8 months. But you know what? I killed that candida. And once I did, I didn't crave all that bad food. I craved the good stuff. So you get your normal palate back, your normal appetite. You gain control once you resolve your root cause. So now, this month, you want to gain as much knowledge as you can because you've got to make a lifestyle change. You have to change your mindset and your values. So if you find out that bread and this white rice stuff has absolutely no nutritional value, and the manufacturer stripped it of its nutrition. It can sit on the shelf for months and months. It gives you no quality, no vitamins, no minerals. You starve yourself, but you're so hungry that you're eating more because you're not giving it the nutrients that God intended for it to have. So you have to educate yourself, and once you educate yourself, your mindset can change, and then you're like, yeah, that's a food manufacturer trick. Let me check that sugar. Oh, look how much they spiked that food with sugar just to get me to eat it. Yes. So, and when you do that, then you internally change your values. It takes 3 to 4 weeks for this habit to form. So that's why we're doing this for the whole month. Okay. A great way, to gain knowledge is, of course, to read my different books, but also listen to my podcast interviews. I've been on over 25 podcast and radio shows in the past 8 months, and I put them all on this Facebook page. So when you're about to go drive somewhere, then go ahead and bring your phone up, push push our 7 Steps group, go into it, push a podcast audio, and listen, gain knowledge. And that's such a great way to do it while you're driving. I just added Facebook topics to this group. So if you want to find out about candida or probiotics or sugar substitutes or different things like that, you can go in to this Facebook group. At the very top, it lists the popular topics within this group, and you can click the one that says podcast interviews or anything else that you're interested in. I'm going to have a tab in the future that says lose your pandemic pounds. All these videos will be on here, so you can refer any of your friends or family to come and do this. Now, we need to utilize God's tools to access His power. I talked about that in the beginning. And with that, you want an accountability prayer partner. So see if you can find someone who would pray with you. You can call them when you're under temptation. And so get that prayer accountability partner. The other thing is get a Bible verse. And with that Bible verse, write it down on an index card and post it up on your refrigerator and post it over there on your pantry. For me, it was don't drink too much wine, for many evils live along that path. Be filled instead with the Holy Spirit and controlled by Him. Now, let's move to the 7-day eating plan, which is in chapter 5 or step 5, or it's also in appendix 6. So we'll go to appendix 6, and we're going to look at the 7-day eating plan. I think I did the wrong one there. Everything's backwards. Okay. It says to day 1, start on a Wednesday. Well, this is a Tuesday. This is great. Let's start this evening. Okay. 1, you can have primarily consume water. You can have up to 2 cups of coffee or tea, but after that, only drink what God gave us to drink, which is water. Take a probiotic. Stop eating high sugar foods. Anything over 10 grams of sugar per 1 serving is high sugar. That's day 1. Day 2, eliminate wheat. Woo, that's a hard one. That's a food addiction one. Day 3, eliminate processed foods that come out of boxes and bags. And day 3, implement the healthy eating guidelines that we reviewed earlier. Make 50% of your food fresh, raw vegetables, and also eat 1 fruit per day. Your fruit should be low sugar fruit, which is berries, cherries, pears, plum, grapefruit. Now on day 4 and 5, or like this weekend, on a weekend, so I have you start in the middle of the week, so on the weekend you can rest, relax, pray, and continue on this path following the first 3 days. And what happens is over the weekend it's harder. You know, with the food addiction, you might have headaches, you might have constipation, and you don't feel as well. So you want to take it easy. And I'll tell you what, by the Tuesday, a week later, you will not believe the incredible difference. I have had some ladies from my Bible study, because I've taught this several times, who have said, it's like I came out of a fog. The energy I have is incredible. Yeah, 1 week off this stuff. Do it just for 1 week. Then it'll be easier. Day 6, start a Candida cleanse if you need one. Day 7, get up and exercise if you feel up to it. If not, wait till the next week. And just walk out of the house, go walk down a block and walk back. Just start small. Okay, you can't be perfect. Don't try and be perfect. Okay, this, if you, like I said, if you improve 80%, that's so much better. Okay, and while we're doing this, we need to curb the sweet tooth, because as we're implementing that 7-day plan, as we're eating the healthy guidelines, we need help. We need something else to eat that's nutritious, that's God's foods, that will help us. So we have curb the sweet tooth, which is Appendix 9. So my go-to favorite is slicing a green apple, my core, the slicer there, and then I get almond butter. But you want to make sure there's no sugar in it. And this is homemade almond butter. And it's so quick and easy to make. And my recipe is in my 7 Steps book. The next thing is to melt 70% chocolate. You want 70, 80, 90%, but not less than 70, because this would have more sugar in it. So you just takes, put it in a pot, just takes 2 or 3 minutes to melt. And then add your nuts and your seeds and put it like, stir it all together, get a sheet of wax paper and put it like drops onto the wax sheet of paper. And then I eat 2 every afternoon, because it gives me a little bit of caffeine with the chocolate, and it just curbs that afternoon snack. So you don't want to go hungry with this plan. You want to eat, and you want to eat well. Eat your lobster, eat your salmon, eat your steak, eat your chicken, and loads of vegetables. You want to have 1 fruit per day. I grow fruit trees in my yard. So I have blueberries and pears and pecans and oriental persimmons, grapes, apples, figs. I love it all. So that is your curb the sweet tooth. Next, we're going to look at, really to finish this up, we're going to look at our handout again. Okay, so that you can do your next steps. And that is week 1. It says, read the introduction and chapter 1, called Step 1, in 7 steps to get off sugar and carbohydrates. And the first step is to decide. And if you have decided and you're doing this plan, you have made the hardest step successful already. And then for this week in the handout, it says in the Christian Study Guide to read session 1, day 1 through 5. In the Healthy Living Journal, what you want to do is you want to fill in your goals and measurements in the first 30 pages. and decide what you're going to be tracking. Track your water intake, steps, and fitness. And then there's a second half to the Healthy Living Journal that tracks your eating in part 1, week 1. This week, complete day 1 through 7. Okay, so let's see. It took me 40 minutes to get through this. Now I'm going to go over here and look at your questions. Any questions? Okay, we got what about setting up a sponsor support page through the Facebook membership? That is a great idea, Liz. I will go ahead and put a post on there that says, or anybody can add a post to it, and say, I need an accountability partner. Who wants to, be my accountability partner? And people have done that. They definitely have become prayer accountability partners through this group because we're all in this together. Oh, okay, on sugar. Is it 10 grams of total sugar or added sugar? Total sugar. And that's why you want to eat the low glycemic fruits, like the green apple. This is a low glycemic, it's low. I don't count sugars when it comes to fruit and vegetables. Those are God's food. Eat them. Eat them bountifully. Eat as much as you want of them. Just don't eat the bad stuff. Hello from the Philippines, Annie. Hello from Alaska. Wow. Oh, and Dee says that she loves the granola recipe. That's really great. So, hello, Greg from Lexington, Kentucky. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you can meet your goals of improving your health and improving your weight, because you know what? God made our bodies to heal if we give our bodies His food. So may God bless your endeavor to improve your health. Until next week, so long.